What's the first thing that comes to your mind, even if you think
A hook through it.
A hook through it. Very good. Very good. So focus on that hook. What is that hook attached to?
I think it's metal.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it seems like it's like pincers.
Mm-hmm.
It also goes around the back.
Okay. What's the size of this?
Big, like
Yes.
a couple feet tall.
And look at your own body.
I feel like I'm hanging from it.
Mm-hmm. Is this body a male or female body? What is that?
I think it's male.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
I see my head drooping down with brown hair.
Yes.
Not very long.
Mm-hmm. Yes, continue.
I have pants on and like boots.
Mm-hmm.
Leather maybe.
Yes. Yes.
And my arms are dangling down.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I'm dead or like unconscious or something.
And take a look around you. Is there anybody else there witnessing this? Or are you by yourself?
I think somebody's doing it to me, but I can't see anybody.
Okay. So what happens next?
I'm just hanging there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm dead or alive.
And where is your soul when all of this is happening? Is your soul in the body, or is it observing?
I feel like I'm observing the body. I don't feel like I'm looking down from my eyes. I feel like I'm looking down from above.
So notice where your soul is as you are witnessing this.
Kind of above me, behind me.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Very good. So listen carefully. I'm going to count from 3 back to 1. When I get to number 1, you will be at the beginning of this, before you were in this situation to find the story. And I want you to feel and experience everything. 3, 2, and 1. How does this all begin? Yes.
I'm not seeing anything.
Mm-hmm. I want you to feel and sense. Don't try to see. Notice how this all begins.
I owe somebody money.
I owe somebody money. Very good. Tell me more.
It might be the mob.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So notice where you are. What is this place where you are?
I think it's like a dock or a warehouse or something like that.
Are these modern times or ancient times?
Not ancient.
No. So what year is this? Just see the number in your mind.
1929.
Okay. And where are you located?
Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And what kind of work do you do that you owe these people money?
I'm a dock worker and I need money for my house.
Yes. Yes. Tell me more.
It was just a loan.
Mm-hmm. And what happened?
My kid got sick.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
My kid got put in the hospital.
And you used that money for that?
I wasn't going to, but I had to. It was my kid.
Yes.
And then I told him. And they gave me a little bit of more time to pay it back. But I still couldn't.
Mm-hmm. So what happened next?
It's a piece of equipment that they used to unload. And they hung me from it. All
right, I want you to do it slowly now. I want you to know what happened. What did they say to you?
They said, we gave you time, and you came up short.
Say that again.
We gave you time, and you came up short.
Notice how those words feel to you.
Like I didn't complete what I had to, but I supported my family.
Yes.
But in the end, now my family doesn't have me.
So I want you to tell me what happens as they begin to torture you. What do they do?
Well, they put me in a chair and they beat the crap out of me first.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't have anybody to borrow the money from, and they know that. And I work for them, and they know that.
Yes. Yeah. So what happens after that? After they put you in a chair and beat
I
you?
keep telling them, you know how much money I make? How am I going to pay you back if you kill me? And they said, it's just the way it is. This is what we do. What if we give you a break? Then everybody else wants a break.
Yes.
So they did stop beating me up, but then they brought me over.
Yes.
They walked me over.
Yes.
To this machine. It's like got an arm on it, like a backhoe almost. And it pinches stuff. And they pinched me on below my shoulder, on the right side. And it went through me, but it didn't go through my heart.
Yes.
It's definitely through my lung. I'm bleeding, and it's terrible.
Yes. And as you're slowly bleeding, I want you to think, what is the last thing that brain thinks about before your soul leaves that body?
That my family's got nobody now.
Yes. Yes. And what decision do you make at that point about this?
I'm never going to borrow money again.
Say that again.
I'm never going to borrow money again.
Yes. Very good. So I want you to think about all of these things. And what's been the most difficult part of this death so far?
They're senseless. It doesn't do anything for anybody.
Yes. Feel your soul leaving that body. And as you look back, I want you to talk to all of those loan sharks, those that did this to you. And I want you to tell them exactly how you feel about what they did to you, taking you away from your family, not working with you. Talk to them.
Speak
your truth.
You've done so many bad things to so many people that you're desensitized. And when you die, you're going to be shocked. You're going to be shocked at the real damage that you've done. And it's senseless. And you're just a joiner. You can't make it on your own, so you join the family. And look where you are now.
And you took all my energy. You took my life force. You took my future. And I want that back. Demand that they give you that back.
I want that back.
Give me my energy now.
I want you to give me my energy right now.
Receive it. Take it back. Take back that energy. It's yours.
And my integrity.
Take it all back. And as you're receiving your power, your integrity, all of that, look into their eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. Have you seen those eyes before? Do you recognize them?
One of them.
Mm-hmm.
The one who looks scared.
Yes.
The one who looks like he's trying to hide that he doesn't like what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You've seen them?
I've seen that guy.
Mm-hmm. Good. So now I'd like for you to go to your family, because your family doesn't know what happened to you. You left your wife and your children. Go to them and explain to them what happened. Talk to them.
And my wife knows that I shouldn't have taken the money.
Mm-hmm.
She's very angry.
Yes. Talk to her. What do you say to her?
I'm sorry, I tried to do my best. I couldn't stand it watching our daughter. It didn't work out.
Mm-hmm. Can she forgive you?
She did not ever forgive me.
Mm-hmm. Look into her eyes. Do you recognize those eyes?
No.
Mm-hmm. Would you ask her now if she will forgive you, now knowing what happened and your remorse?
Now that you know what I went through and what I feel like, will you forgive me?
Mm-hmm.
She says yes, she forgives me a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. So notice all of that you've been carrying. All of this regret, all of this feeling about this money. I'd like for you to go ahead and find it in your soul and begin to release that now. You've been forgiven. You've got your power back. Release what you've been holding. And now I'd like for you to go back to that body and remove that pincher and begin to heal that body with your energy. Go ahead and use whatever you need to remove that thing that is stuck in your clavicle.
Right below it,
Mm-hmm.
like my lung.
Take it out. Take it out. Release it. And tell me when that body has been healed by you. Suture it up.
It's done.
Very good. So go ahead and take that soul now that is complete into the light, knowing that with the death of that body, that experience is over. And as that experience is over, it will no longer affect any lifetime. But there's one thing that remains as your soul goes into the light, and that is the vow that you made. I will never borrow money again. And notice how that vow is affecting Jen's life and all of the other lifetimes that you're living, where you have that insecurity about money. Are you ready to break that vow, knowing that in different lifetimes you're not going to need to deal with loan sharks anymore, that you'll be able to deal with legitimate companies that are true to their word and won't punish you? Are you ready to break that vow?
Yes.
Very good. So I'd like for you to go ahead and repeat after me. I, Jen, from the power of my own free will,
from the power of my own free will,
break and annul the promise that I made to never borrow money again. So be it.
So be it.
And I want you to go ahead and dissolve that vow in your mind that belonged to a different lifetime, one in which does not have anything to do with any other lifetime. And take that soul now into the light without that vow. And as you get into the light, you will be met by those that are divine, that have guided you. Who is there to meet you?
Michael.
Mm-hmm. What does Michael say to you when you arrive?
He says, I'm here, don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always am.
Yes. And why is it that this soul needed to experience that lifetime? What was the learning, the lesson, and the mission?
That I could have done it without him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really need to borrow the money.
Yes.
And I should have listened to my first instinct to not borrow the money.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Very good. Is there anything else that he needs to tell you at this time?
Listen to your wife.
Very good. Very good. So now I'd like for you to go ahead and leave that place. And I'm going to count from 1 to 3 once again. And when I get to number 3, you'll go to the next thing that your soul needs to heal. 1. Beginning to feel sensations in your body. 2. And 3. What's happening? Where are you? Yes. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
My neck.
Mm-hmm.
My bones in my neck. But I don't see anything but blackness.
All right. So I want you to go ahead and just go deeper into that blackness. And as you go deeper into that blackness, intensify the feeling in your neck, the discomfort in your neck, the feeling that you get in your throat. What does this remind you of as you dive deeper into this? What's there? And you don't have to see it. You could just sense or trust or feel.
It could be somebody strangling me.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, continue.
They're digging their thumbs in the front of my neck
Mm-hmm.
and squeezing it with their fingers in the back.
Yes. And this one that is strangling you, it is a male or female?
A really big guy.
Mm-hmm. And what are you?
I'm a girl.
Mm-hmm. What's happened?
I feel like I have like a farm dress on.
Yes.
With a white apron.
Yes. And who is this big guy in relation to you?
I don't know. He's really big though.
Mm-hmm.
His hands are huge.
Yes. What happens next?
He's picking me up by my neck.
Mm-hmm.
My feet are off the ground.
Yes. What does he say to you?
He's shaking me.
Mm-hmm.
And my mouth is open and my tongue is sticking out.
Yes. Is he saying anything
Said,
to you?
I told you that was the last time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
My eyes are popping like they're just... My face feels like it's popping.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What happens next?
He's like... He's yelling so much that he's like spitting on me.
Mm-hmm. Yes, continue.
He throws me backwards and I land on this big cast iron stove.
Yes. What happens next?
Kicks me. There's a table and he throws the chair away so that he can kick me some more.
Mm-hmm. Yes, continue.
He grabs me by the hair and pulls me, drags me across. It's like a house that's just one room though.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls me across it and throws me out of the door onto this little porch.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gasping for air. And he said, "You're not worth shit."
Say that again.
"You're not worth shit." And he closes the door and leaves me out there.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What happens next?
I think I die.
Mm-hmm. So up until this moment, what's been the most difficult part of all of this?
I see children in the background looking at me, frozen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at their eyes.
Yes. Who are those children?
I think they're my siblings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very old. Maybe like 11 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he's my father or not.
Yes.
I don't know who he is.
So up until this moment, what's been the most difficult part?
I feel like, oddly enough, the children watching it happen.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm not thinking about myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when he throws me out the door, I think, who's going to take care of them?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So what happens to your soul after it leaves that body?
It goes back in the house.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Tell me more.
It looks at the kids. There's 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
It appears that like there's no mother.
Yes.
So I think I just take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wonder what's going to happen to them.
So I want you to notice if at any point you leave that house and go to the light.
I do, and I feel like some angel like takes me by the arm and pulls me away.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I wanted to go, and I think I'm literally pulled away.
Yes.
And it's a female angel, and I don't know who it is.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So listen carefully. I'm going to count backwards from 3 to 1. This time you're going to go before all of this happened to understand what it was that you were doing, what your role was in that house, and how this man came to be in your life. But this time you're going to experience everything with detail. 3, 2, and 1. How does this all begin?
He beats our mother to death.
Who is he?
Our father.
Mm-hmm.
He bought her. Nobody would have him, and he bought her.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He raped her and had 4 children because he needed people to work on the farm with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he beat her to death one night when he was drunk. And then I took care of the kids.
How old are you there?
11.
What do they call you?
Jenny.
Yes. Take a look at your father's eyes. Do you recognize those eyes? Have you seen them before?
I don't think so.
Very good. So I'd like for you to go ahead and advance to the moment when things begin to happen.
Do you mean when he's angry?
Yes. What's the trigger?
He's not doing well with the farm. I think that the animals aren't doing well, and I think the crops aren't well, and he's not well. And he's just angry all the time.
Yes.
And I think that I didn't have food ready when he came in.
The food was not ready yet.
Yeah.
What does he say to you when he finds out that the food is not ready?
All you have is one job to do. All you have to do is make the food. But that's not true, of course. But at that moment, it was my job.
Yes. What happens next?
Then he strangles me. He can't control himself.
Yes.
For some reason, I see him smoking a cigar, too.
Yes. Yes, continue. What happens next?
He lifts me off the ground and shakes me and strangles me. Crushes my throat.
So allow your body to go ahead and die. And now you could follow your soul. What do you do the moment you realize that that body is dead?
I immediately go into the house. And he's standing there looking at the kids. I think that he might have realized what he'd just done.
What happens next?
I leave. I'm pulled.
So this time you can experience this a little bit more intently. But before you leave, before that angel takes you away, I want you to go ahead and talk to your father. I want you to explain to him what happened to you, what he did to you. I want you to think about all of this. Don't hold back.
Who is going to take care of the kids? What are you going to do? Are you going to kill them too?
And you can yell at him and tell him, you didn't recognize my value.
You didn't recognize my value. You didn't recognize anything that I ever did.
And you took all of that from me. You stripped me of all of that. Tell him everything he took from you.
You took away all of my strength. You took away my voice. You took away my ability to have any fun in life. You took away my life, basically. I was your slave.
And I want that energy back now.
And I want all of that energy back now.
Take it back. Take back your voice. Take back your dignity. Take back your value. Take back everything. Take back all of that power. He stole that from you. And as you're taking back your power, you realize how powerless he was.
Yes.
You can recognize the value that you had in that family, the strength. And as you take that back, now you could look at your siblings. What do you say to them?
I hope you get away. I hope you get away. I did my best, and you're the only ones that appreciated me.
What do they say back to you?
They agree. They know.
Yes. So now I'd like for you to go ahead and use that energy that you've just taken back. And I want you to heal your throat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a tissue. I want you to take that tissue and I want you to cough out everything that's blocking there, everything that he put in there. Just go ahead and cough it out, all that energy. Get it all out. Yes. All that energy that's blocking. Very good. And now that you've healed that throat, healed that neck, I want you to go ahead and take that angel's hand now. And this time, you'll be able to communicate with her mind to mind, soul to soul. What does she say to you?
It's time to go be a little girl.
Yes.
It's time to go where you're appreciated.
Where do you go? Where does your soul go?
I don't want to go, but she takes me. She said you're going to want to be there when you get there. And this is the way it's supposed to be. Don't worry, you didn't do anything wrong.
Notice where your soul is taken.
To what light?
So notice what happens in the white light.
It kind of opens up. And there's lots of kids, like a huge playground.
Yes.
And I can't believe it.
Yes. Take a moment and just describe this place.
There's tons of kids just running around and yelling and laughing, and not yelling like in anger, just...
Having fun?
Yeah. And they're kicking balls. And they're jumping rope.
Yes.
And they're running around. And they're playing jacks.
And notice as you go back, do you feel like you're the same age, or do you get smaller when you're with them?
A little younger, but not much.
Yes. And what do these children say to you, mind to mind?
Come over here and play. Come and play with us.
Yes.
And I do.
Very good. So as time goes by and you're playing, it's time now to go and talk with your guides. Talk with those that have information about that lifetime. Notice what happens next.
They tell me that he was a very weak man.
Why did you need to live that life with that man, with that violence, without a mother?
Because part of my journey is to take care of people. It's what I do naturally, and those children, it makes me feel good to help them too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like symbiotic.
Yes. Yes. And is there a decision that was made at that time in which you would choose not to have children in the future?
No.
Okay. So, at that time, what is it that you needed to learn? About yourself.
Be like the fox.
Mm-hmm.
You can't outpower him. You need to outsmart him.
Okay. How has that thing of being like a fox, how has that continued on in the soul as Jen?
Where I lived in Oregon, I was the only female. I worked amongst all males. And even when I was a vineyard manager, I had a crew of all men. And not all of them like that. And so you have to work just as hard, of course, if not harder. But you can't do some things because you're a female. Men are just stronger. But you can outsmart them.
Very good.
And even do better.
Very good. Very good. So as you're there, I'd like for you to go ahead and scan your body. Do a scan of this body as if you were in a spiritual MRI machine.
My eyes.
Focus in on those eyes and tell me what's going on with those eyes.
I see an image of a cloud with eyes.
Focus in even more. Zoom in. Whose eyes are those?
It just looks like a cloud with eyes. It's weird.
Keep going deeper. What is that cloud? And whose eyes are those? If you knew, even if you think you're making it up, zoom in even more. Yes.
The cloud of knowledge.
Yes, continue. Yes. How do you access this knowledge?
I don't access it. They give it to me.
All right. Tell me more about that.
I keep saying, who are you? And I'm not getting anything.
Yes. So I'd like for you to go ahead and just go into that cloud. Just see yourself floating into that cloud. And as you float into that cloud will transform. What is within that cloud? What's there?
A spaceship.
Describe it for me.
It's kind of the color of the cloud.
Yes.
It's not a huge spaceship. It's kind of silvery white.
Yes. Get closer.
It's kind of like round. Flat round.
Yes. Get closer.
I don't see any windows or anything.
Mm-hmm. So just allow yourself to just go right through and get to the inside of it.
I see a skeleton.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
On a post.
Mm-hmm.
Just the bones.
Yes. What else surrounds you?
I can't see anything.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to go ahead and just shift from trying to see to only sense and know. Go to a different level. Go to a higher level. Who is behind this skeleton and all of this knowledge? Just know it. Even if you think you're making it up, the more you talk, the more information will flow.
I think that the skeleton is for reference.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't think that it doesn't animate.
Okay.
It's just for reference.
Mm-hmm. Whose reference?
Somebody in the spaceship.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, tell me more. Allow yourself to connect.
It smells stale.
Mm-hmm.
The air smells stale.
Yes. Yes, continue.
I said, what is this place? And it's a holograph.
A holograph, yes. Now, for there to be a holograph, there's got to be an origin of that holograph.
The master race.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Switch in to that. Go to the master race where the holograph is coming from. What's the first thing you notice?
It's like a bright light, like a sun or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't... That's all I see.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what is the master race? And that's all I got was like a bright light, like a sun.
Mm-hmm. Now, for you to be able to go to this bright light, to the sun, there is something within you that is associated with this. There's some sort of entanglement between you and this master race, this bright light, this knowledge. So I'd like for you to go ahead and reflect from that bright light the hologram that is your body. And begin to see within your body this knowledge that you're meant to remember. Going through the eyes, going through the bones and the organs, going deep into the DNA of the cells. What do you realize as you're scanning the body?
All I see is white light.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see or hear anything else.
Mm-hmm. Ride on that white light. Ride it. What is this knowledge that you're meant to see, connect to through the eyes? What is it that you've been given from this bright light?
I just hear the word purpose.
Very good, very good. So what is the purpose of the lifetime that Jen is living? What is she meant to do? Why is she here?
You're supposed to help with healing.
Mm-hmm. What kind of healing is she meant to do? Yes.
Not getting anything.
Mm-hmm. So if Jen is supposed to be helping with her healing, she seems to have been put on hold. She's just waiting for something to happen. She is waiting without working, without finding those that are like her. Why has she been put in this situation now? What advice do you tell her?
It's the way of the warrior.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about that. What is the way of the warrior?
It can be lonely.
Mm-hmm.
It is rewarding.
And I'd like to call in one of the guides that walks with her. One of those that walks with her. Who's there?
Yeshua.
Yeshua. Good afternoon, Yeshua.
Good afternoon.
She has told me that you walk with her in the woods. Is that true?
No.
No?
I don't walk with her. I'm there all the time.
Okay. So she has been wondering, what is blocking her? What's blocking her meditation? Blocking her from opening that third eye?
Mm-hmm.
What's there?
I'm not getting anything.
Mm-hmm. So, I know that her purpose has been to help other people. What is her divine purpose?
To raise the vibration, and she needs to be happier to do that.
So what can she do to make herself happier? What suggestions do you give her? You're with her all the time.
I try to make her happier.
Mm-hmm.
She asks me questions all the time, and I try to give her my answers.
Mm-hmm.
But she has free will.
Okay.
And I can't tell her the answers.
Okay. Is that part of her growth here?
It is.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things she was asking about is, what is it that she's made of? Her DNA, where does she come from? Are you able to tell her that?
She's quite the mixture.
Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
She has several different cosmic races.
Mm-hmm. Which ones?
I don't know if I'm hearing this or I'm just making it up because I know them.
Mm-hmm. Which ones?
Syrian,
Mm-hmm.
Pleiadian,
Mm-hmm.
Arcturian,
Yes.
Andromedan, reptilian.
Yes. Now, just a little while ago, as she went through her eyes, she noticed a spaceship there. Is that spaceship any of these?
They're watchers.
They're watchers.
They're grays.
They're grays. So is this something that is beneficial to her?
They watch. They're not doing anything to her.
Okay. But it seems to me that her eyes are feeling affected. Something's going on with her eyesight. Are they doing something that would affect her eyesight?
No.
No. What's causing her eyesight to be different? What's there? Is it something physical?
Yes.
Is it something that she has put there herself?
No.
No. What is that that's on her eyes?
Sheets.
Sheets. And how are these sheets affecting her?
They make things blurry. Darker.
And why are they there, these sheets?
So she uses her other senses more.
Okay, so it's almost deliberate?
Yes.
Okay, so she was just asking how can she increase her telepathy? How can she connect a little bit more? Is that why they're there then?
Part of the reason.
Tell me more.
She needs to use all of her senses. She relies too much on her eyesight.
Okay.
She needs to feel the energy, like being in water.
Just feel it around?
Yes.
Yes. So as she gets used to the other senses, how is that going to affect her?
She'll learn how to manage her body.
What's happening with her body? It seems to be out of control. She's gaining weight. She's seeing things in her face that weren't there before. What's going on with that?
She's caused her body to heal from the inside out. And we've told her, Yeshua's told her, it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. But she made the decision.
But the extra weight, is that part of the decision? She eats well?
It is.
Tell me about that.
The body is a complicated device. There's more than just blood and organs and bones. There is alchemical reactions and her body is getting rid of a year's worth of buildup in some areas. And also, she's not as active as she was physically. That is part of it.
So even though she's eating well, she's not moving her body as much.
True. But her body is not regulated yet.
Okay. How long does this take?
Well, it's not a definitive answer.
Mm-hmm. But are we talking months or years?
Months.
Months. Okay.
Once her body regulates,
Mm-hmm.
the weight will come off.
Okay. And what about her hair? She says she can't look at herself. Everything's changing. Why has she chosen to now go gray? Is that part of it too?
She chose to clean her body, and dyeing her hair is chemicals, and
Okay.
she knows that it's going into her head.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So once all of that is out, all of the toxins is out, that's part of the regulation of her body?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What's happening with her sinuses? Because that seems close to the head area. What's happening that she feels?
Her lungs
Mm-hmm.
are repairing.
Okay. What happened to her lungs?
She has buildup in there that shouldn't be there.
Okay.
And sometimes she coughs, and it can expire, but mostly it's a slow process.
Okay. So the lungs are working now to heal?
Yes.
Okay, very good. And what is happening with the throat, the clicking in her throat? What is that? Where does that come from?
I feel like there's something in there.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Like a fist.
Okay. So I'd like for you to go ahead and begin to zoom in on that area. Begin to zoom in and see what that is. Whose fist is that? Is it male or female?
It's male fist.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't know whose it is.
All right. So I'd like for you to go ahead and step aside and give your voice to this male whose fist is in your throat. Let me speak with him. Switch. You there? What are you doing? Why is your fist in her throat?
Because it can be.
Okay. Well, that's a good response. What is your name, please?
Rocco,
How old are you, Rocco?
what's it to you?
Well, I'm just wondering if I'm talking to a little boy or I'm talking to an old man.
Full grown.
Full grown. Rocco, do you know this soul?
Yeah.
How do you know her? Where have you known her?
I tossed her around a few times,
Okay.
but not her
Where was this where you tossed her around?
back in the day.
Mm-hmm. What year was that?
1928.
So is that when this soul worked on the docks?
Yep.
Ah. What happened to you, Rocco?
I got offed.
Who got you off?
The family.
Oh. So what did you do? Did you owe money too?
No.
What did you do?
I took a few bucks.
Mm-hmm. So you were a thief?
I earned it.
Mm-hmm. For the mob?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So why did they get angry with you and get rid of you?
They found out.
Mm-hmm. That you were stealing from them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So why is it, Rocco, that when your body died, why didn't you go to the light?
They wouldn't have me.
Who says that, Rocco? Who said that?
I say that.
Oh, I see. And you think that you couldn't go home? Is that really true that you think that?
I don't want to.
Why?
Because I don't want to go up there and see what's going to happen.
Oh, you're afraid something's going to happen to you. Is that it? That you're going to get in trouble for not being good on
I'm
Earth?
going to go to hell.
Oh, I see. I see. So the whole reason why you connected with this soul is because you were afraid. You were afraid of what was going to happen.
Well, I guess.
Yeah. So how have you been affecting Jen? What have you been doing?
Just messing with her.
In what way?
Pounding on her throat a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what does that do for you?
I still got it.
Ah, okay. So it's just for you to kind of give yourself some value there. That you didn't lose it, huh?
Well, yeah.
Okay. But Rocco, you're not going anywhere. You don't have a body anymore. Do you
I
realize
don't need
that?
to go anywhere.
You don't have a body anymore. This is hers. Did you know, Rocco, that you will be allowed to go home? That you're not going to go to hell?
I don't think so.
You want to see?
How?
I'm going to help you. You want to see how you could see which way you're going?
It's a trick.
Well, I'm going to be right here, and you don't have to go. But I want you to see it. Wouldn't you be curious?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. So, Rocco, the way that you do this is I want you to focus on your heart. And in your heart, there's a little white light. This is the way you get there. Okay? And you don't have to go, but I want you to at least see what's there. So focus on this light and tell me when you see it.
I only have a fist.
Well, get the fist out of the way, and you have a light. You know, like everybody who's born has a belly button. You know that, right? Well, every soul has a light. Go ahead and find that light. It may be really teeny, and you can't see it, but it's there. Tell me when you find it. I believe in you. You find it?
Yeah.
All right. So I want you to just use your mind and expand that light. Make it bigger. Just make it a little bit bigger at a time. And you're going to start feeling something from that light. Tell me what you feel coming from that light.
I feel light.
Mm-hmm. Make it bigger. What happens as you expand that light and make it bigger?
I feel cleaner.
Make it even bigger. Make it really big to where it just engulfs you within that light. What do you feel?
I feel like I want to see more.
Okay, so I want you to go ahead and see what is beyond that light. That light is going to show you what's out there. What's there?
More light.
More light. Who's there waiting for you in that light?
All my dead buddies.
What do they say to you?
They said, hey, come on up here.
Well, you didn't want to go there. Did you change your mind?
If they made it, I can make it.
Of course you can. Ask them how it is to be there. Ask them if
They
that's...
said I won't believe it.
Ask them if it's hell.
No, it's not hell.
Okay. So Rocco, what do you say to Jen after treating her so badly for all this time?
I guess I was a little hard on you.
What do you say back to him? Can you forgive him?
I guess you were a little hard on me, but I can forgive you if you can forgive me.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to go ahead, Rocco, and pull your fist out of her throat. You don't need that there anymore. You're going to need your whole soul intact. Pull it out. Pull all of your energy out of her body. And Jen, I want you to pull all of his energy out. Don't leave anything in. And Rocco, tell me when you've got everything out and you're ready to go with your friends, with your buddies, with the light.
I think it's all the way down to my stomach.
Mm-hmm. Pull it all out. You can use your hands, those healing hands, and pull all of that energy out. Don't leave anything in. That's it. Pull it out. Mm-hmm. Pull it all out. You don't need any of that energy. That belongs to a different lifetime. That's not yours. Rocco, are you ready to go now?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Very good. Rocco, go ahead and release your energy from this life and go into the light. Be embraced by all of your buddies. Notice who else is there, your family, your loved ones, your mom and dad. And may the light of the universe always accompany Rocco. Thank you very much. And now I'd like for you to close that portal down. Close that portal. And I want you to focus on your throat. And we're going to now put something in that space from your throat all the way down to your stomach. Something that will heal that throat. What would you like to put in there? We need to fill that space with something.
Pearl.
A pearl, beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and strike the tuning fork for the throat. And I want you to go ahead and fill that space with beautiful luminescent pearl. All the way down. All the way down. And that pearl is going to be very flexible, providing you with a shine. And as that pearl works its magic, you're going to feel the difference. And now that you've gotten the throat, we're going to focus on your lungs, the ones that have been giving you so much trouble. And I'm going to strike a tuning fork for the lungs. What would you like to put in the lungs? What color of healing energy?
White.
Beautiful. Take a deep breath in and bring that light in. Breathe it in. And feel the vibration. This is the vibration of the lungs, reminding the lungs of the perfect frequency to heal faster. Breathing in all of this beautiful white light and breathing out everything that no longer serves you. That's it. Very good. So go ahead and scan your body once again. And your body should be totally white, brilliant. Is there anything there that doesn't belong there?
My lower spine.
Mm-hmm. So zoom in on the spine. And notice what's there.
It's really stiff.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Focus on it. Intensify that stiffness. Make it stronger. And as you intensify it, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. When I get to number 3, you'll go to the origin of what happened to make the stiffness. 1, making it stronger and stronger. 2, intensify the feeling of tightness. And 3, what's the first thing that comes to your mind, even if you think you're making it up? What is happening?
Falling off of a horse.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Are you male or female there?
I'm male.
Mm-hmm. Are you young or old?
Like 20s.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And what year is this?
1500s.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And what happens to you as you fall off this horse?
I'm jousting.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I get knocked off the horse backwards.
Mm-hmm. What happens next?
I don't get up.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes.
People are laughing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they've realized that it's serious.
Yes. What happens next?
I never walk again.
Mm-hmm.
My spine is broken.
Yes. So what's been the most difficult moment of all of this?
A virile young man.
Mm-hmm.
1532.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And now I can't walk. And my life is over and I just want to die.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to die. I'm depressed.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe it. I'm also a little bit angry because I had lots of things I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in line to be a big landowner also.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And now I couldn't do anything
Yes.
except for lay in bed.
Mm-hmm.
And that was not an option.
Yes. So I want you to think about this and how it is that it's affecting the life of Jen.
When Jen falls off the horse, she gets back on.
Mm-hmm.
But the last time she fell off the horse, she didn't get back on.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And what does that prevent Jen from doing? To not get back on the horse?
I feel like the last time was a lesson, different than the other ones.
Yes.
Because it was time for her to move on.
Yes.
To not go back on the horse.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it took a long time for her to realize that.
Yes.
But she finally did.
Mm-hmm. So why does she need to be reminded of this at this time in her life? That she was not able to get back in the horse. Is she going through that now?
No.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want to get back on that horse.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But also, she's done a lot of hard labor.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. And she has physical pain in her lower back from that also.
Mm-hmm. But we all know that the body can regenerate.
Yes.
The body can go through something and then heal itself. Why is it that she is reminding herself of this?
Because it's time for her to move on. Mm-hmm. And it's a reminder that don't do it.
Okay. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't go back there.
Don't go back there.
That's done.
Okay. So she needs to move forward in life.
Yes.
Very good. So does she need to continue with this tightness in her back now that she knows what her body was trying to tell her?
No.
No. No. Are we ready to release that now?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to sound a tuning fork for the bones. And I want you to go ahead and begin to bring an energy in through the back of your neck, through the spine. Breathe it in and begin to relax the spine. Every vertebrae. Just relax it with your breath. As it goes down the spine, feel it releasing. All the way down to the end. Knowing that that was a different lifetime. That the lesson was brought into this lifetime to remind you at this point in time, but it's not needed any longer. The body can now release it. Give your body the permission to let go. And as your body now has the permission of letting go, I'd like for you to see yourself back on that horse as you joust. But this time, you're going to be victorious. What happens next?
It's a good hit.
Yes. Feel the feeling that you feel with that victory. Feel your body with its strength. See that lifetime as it progresses without having fallen. What do you notice different?
I go through life. I'm a landowner. I'm wealthy. And I have lots of people that rely on me, and I'm fair with them. And I have confidence. And I have a family. And I die an old man.
Very good. So I'd like for you to go ahead and feel that confidence that you feel with money. Knowing that you are a landowner that is fair. And bring that knowledge, bring that confidence, bring that value in yourself back. And notice where in your body you put that confidence. Very good. And now I'd like for you to just go to a time when you begin to fall asleep. And just allow yourself to go through the motions as you go to sleep. and begin to travel. And as you breathe, you leave this body and go to places to do your work. Where is it that your soul takes you when you work at night? Where do you go?
I see black space and stars.
Yes. Notice how you feel in this space.
Very light.
Yes.
I can't feel like I don't feel like I have a body.
Good.
I see like they almost look like clouds floating by.
Yes.
But it's in space.
And if you knew, what are these clouds? What are they made of?
I don't know.
Is it an energy?
Yes.
Yes. Notice if you can communicate with these clouds. Is there any type of life in these clouds?
Not that I know of.
Very good. Continue. Where do you go to as you traverse the sky, the space, and the stars? What do you sense?
All I got was I'm going to help.
I'm going to help. Very good. Tell me more.
Going to help the people on Mars.
Yes. Yes, continue. Notice how you get to Mars.
It's like this tiny little rocket with 2 people, but it doesn't really look like a rocket. It's like, I feel like it gets shot out of a big spaceship, and there's a bunch of them, and there's 2 of us in it, and it's so small, it just fits 2 of us. But somehow we land.
Yes.
Lots of us land.
What do you do once you get there?
The spacecraft, the tiny little spacecrafts, can become invisible.
Who do you need to become invisible from?
I don't know.
Keep telling me what's there.
It looks like it's just kind of like almost like Arizona looking, but with no foliage.
And where are the people?
I don't see it. I don't see any people.
So I'm going to count to 3. When I get to number 3, you will be with the people. 1, 2, and 3. Where are you?
I think I'm like in a hole. Like a shaft.
Okay, are you underground?
Yeah.
And what's in that hole, that shaft?
if you look down into it, it looks like a pinwheel that opens up. It unscrews.
Yes.
I think it's just to go in there.
Okay. Tell me what happens as you go in there.
There's a ladder that goes down. And there's like a gear around the perimeter of it.
And is this gear metallic?
No.
What's it made out of?
I guess it's metal, but there's like all rock dust all over it.
Yes.
And the opening is the same thing. There's rock dust, like reddish dust all over it. And I think that it leads into where the people are, because there's more of us going around it to get in there. The people that landed.
Yes. And take a moment and look at yourself. Are you wearing any type of protective gear?
Well, I have on like this really tight-fitting suit.
And what about your feet?
It seems like it's part of the suit.
Okay. What color is the suit?
Dark blue or black.
Does it have anything on it? Any insignia or anything like that?
No, not that I see.
What about your head? Is it covered?
The suit goes up over my head.
Yes.
And it covers to just below my nose, so my mouth. But it's got like a round filter there over my mouth, so I can filter something.
Okay, and your eyes? How do you look out?
There's like goggly kind of thing, so the suit doesn't cover my eyes.
Okay, very good.
Doesn't cover my nose either.
And your hands?
There's like the same kind of gloves.
Okay.
As the suit, but they are not part of the suit. They're detachable.
Okay. So what happens as you go into this shaft?
I can't see how it opens. But it does open. I don't know how it opens.
Okay. So go to the moment where you are in this place with the other people.
So the suits that I have, the suit that I have on, it can blend me into the rock.
Okay. So they can't see you?
Yeah.
So it's a cloaking device?
Of sorts, yeah. It's more like a, I'm not invisible though.
Yes, but it looks like rock.
Yes.
So what do you do next?
There's people in there like mining. Like humans.
Are they male or female?
Both.
Okay. And look at the condition in which they're in.
They're not doing that well. They're really dirty and skinny.
Yes. And is there anyone overseeing them while they work?
I see like little grays.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
I think a reptile.
Mm-hmm.
Just a one big, huge one.
Yes.
And several little gray, stereotypic looking aliens like you see on commercials and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And how is it that this reptile and gray beings are controlling the people mining?
I think that they have these things on their hips, like some device that I think like shocks them or something.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. So what do you do once you get there?
I hide.
Mm-hmm.
Like I blend into the rock that they're mining,
Mm-hmm.
and they literally have like picks and stuff in their hands.
Yes.
The people, and that's why I think that they're almost too scared to try and overthrow, because they should be able to overthrow them, but they're not.
Yes. So what is your mission, you and the others?
I think it is to tell them the plan of where to meet so that we can remove them.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least some of them.
Yes. Good. What happens next?
I get the attention of one of them. It's a man.
Mm-hmm.
He's scared to even come over to me.
Yes.
But he finally does.
Mm-hmm.
And he touches me like he can't believe that I'm real.
And as he touches you, you'll be able to get his story. How did he get to be there?
He was born there.
Okay.
He has a family there, and they're all born there.
Mm-hmm.
They're raised like animals.
Yes. Yes, continue. What happens next?
He listens to what I say.
Mm-hmm.
And then goes back to work. And then that was the whole mission, was to just tell them to meet the next day and how many people to bring. 47 people.
47. Very good. So now advance to the next day.
There's only 19 people. The rest are scared to go.
Mm-hmm. What do you do?
We bring them through the shaft.
Mm-hmm.
We have outfits for them.
Okay.
So they take off those clothes and put on the kind of thing that we have on.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we go down the shaft. And we go all the way to the opening. And we open it up. Put them in the craft. And there's a lot of extra space because the other ones were so scared they wouldn't go.
Mm-hmm. Is this a larger craft than the one you came in with yesterday?
A little bit larger, yeah, but there's several.
Yes. And how is it that you're not detected by the reptiles and greys?
They snuck out.
Okay.
They snuck out in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
And then they snuck along, they walked along a wall where it was dark.
Mm-hmm.
To get there. They met us where I made contact with them.
Very good. So now that you have all 19, you'll be able to understand what the mission is all about. Why is it that these people are there, and why it's important for you to take them and rescue them.
It's inhumane.
Mm-hmm.
And they're humans.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they were initially taken against their will. Not, I know that they were bred there, but their ancestors.
Yes. Where did they come from? Did they come
Earth.
from Earth?
They originally come from Earth.
Okay. So do you know where the craft takes them once they rescue them from Mars?
Up to a big ship.
Mm-hmm. Is this where you are from, the big ship? Where your craft came from?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge.
And who is in that craft?
Every kind of weird, well, I shouldn't say weird,
Mm-hmm.
very different species,
Mm-hmm.
all different kinds.
Yes.
There's animals too.
Mm-hmm.
There's cats.
Hmm.
And I don't mean like feline people, like that we have on Earth.
Mm-hmm. Little kitty cats?
Yeah.
So what is the purpose of this ship rescuing these humans? Do they ever take them back to Earth? Or is that their home now?
I don't think that they're planning on taking them back to Earth, but I don't know.
Okay.
They're kind of in shock.
Yes.
They can't believe that it something like this exists.
Yes.
But they're happy.
Good. So how does that make you feel knowing that you've completed your mission?
I feel good, but I also know that there's a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Only on Mars or in different places too?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to notice how it is that that part of your life is affecting the life as Jen that sleeps during this time that you're working. How does that aspect of Jen, how is she affected?
Not that much.
Mm-hmm.
She also likes to meet up with other people.
Okay. For what purpose?
She likes to visit other timelines.
Mm-hmm. Her own timelines?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Different decisions that she's made?
And to be around other people
Mm-hmm.
from those timelines.
So during the day when she is a loner and is not meeting with other people, she's actually meeting with them while she sleeps.
Not those particular people necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Just other people, especially the ones that she has had intimate relationships with.
Okay. So in this timeline, she is looking for her beloved. Where is the beloved Where can she find him?
She's been told that he's close, that's all.
Okay. Is that all that she needs to know about that right now?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Rise. 5, wide awake, completely alert, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome back.
Did you hear how many times my neck popped? Oh my God.
How you feeling?
I feel good. I'm a little surprised that Joshua just was didn't say anything, really. It's so odd because I have full-blown conversations when I'm in the woods. It was so weird. I was surprised. And I said to him, I was like, how come you're not communicating with me? He didn't say a word.
Yeah. So what did you think of your mission to Mars?
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it was I wish I had more definition and color and detail.
Well, that's not how it works, though. It's a knowing. You're not going to the movies. It's really all about just getting blocks of information. That's how your subconscious mind gets it, in blocks of information. Not, and that was something that was said. You're being put sheets over your eyes so that you don't depend on your vision. You depend more on your knowing, on your other senses. That's part of it. Does it make sense to you?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
I can't tell you how long it was because I dropped it, but right now, does it feel like a long or short?
I'm going to say it probably felt between 45 minutes and an hour. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you want to share this with other people?
Whatever you think. I don't think that there's that too much, personal information or anything in there.
We'll take some parts out that are personal to you, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything else was pretty intense.
Yeah, that fist in my throat was, you won't believe, I started to get this really high-pitched ringing in my ears when you were I don't remember exactly, but you were saying something do you want to see what it's like with the light? And that guy was just he was, he used his hands a lot. That's what the fist was about. Right. I got that. Then this high-pitched noise, and then as soon as he looked at it, it went phew, stopped. It was it was that noise with the safety alert almost on the radio.
Yeah.
That and then it's silence, and I was like, whoa.
Well, I mean, he was so afraid, and this is something that's really important. Your belief system before you die really affects you.
His fists were his power, and then he realized he didn't have any.
Yeah, and he saw his buddies. It's how did they make it there?
If you guys made it,
exactly.
That's right? Exactly what he was like.
It's how did you make it there?
That was funny.
It was great. It was great.
It's hard to believe that, for me, that you're not just making it up, but you know that you're not making it up.
Yeah. Yep. Why would you say that, right? That's what I was.
How could I come up with that? I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I don't have any other experiences that are even similar to that, and so I know.
Yeah.
That's.
So, my question to you is because you've done hypnotherapy.
Yeah.
How different was this to what you've been doing?
It's different because it's not it takes it to a whole different level. Especially you allowing the client to go to that other level. It's not that necessarily that other forms of hypnosis wouldn't do that. It's just that they stop. And you don't stop.
Yeah. We push it to the limit.
Yeah, and somehow your mind just goes there. It allows you to.
Yeah.
And it's like you're giving permission. And it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. And now I feel very content. And especially since I got about 25 adjustments in my neck.
We did good.
That thing was popping.
Yeah, yeah. And you use tuning forks. How did that help when you were listening to the vibrations of the tuning fork?
Oh, it was amazing. I felt it go all the way down to about here, to where my stomach is. And I could feel that pearlescent emanation, that vibration traveling through. And it was just beautiful.
Nice.
And yeah, everything's vibration.
It is. It is. And once you realize, you know, that's what it is.
It's part of us. It's what we are.
It's part of us. Very good.
Yeah, and it became part of me. And it filled a void and replaced the what I didn't need in my body.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So that was pretty wild. And if you want a session with me, just go to my website, albaweinman.com. Sign up for the newsletter, which is what you did.
I did.
And you got a session.
The day before.
She signed up, and the next day the newsletter come out. So if you're meant to be here, you're going to be here. And so don't give up any hope, because that's how it works. Now, we were talking about the hypnosis that I do. If you are looking to learn how to do this technique, it's introspective hypnosis and past life therapy. It is taught by Antonio Sanjo. You can go to his website, antoniosanjo.com, and the courses. And I will be there at the live training. So I go to one in Maryland and one in the Netherlands. And I hope that if you're interested to help other people, that you will sign up. So thank you for watching. Until the next one, much love to you. Bye-bye.